Clefable has been a staple in competitive singles ever since it gained the Fairy type in Generation 6, being arguably the best Pokemon in that generation as well. Clefable has seen huge success in several roles, most notably as a great utility Pokemon and bulky Calm Mind sweeper. Clefairy has also been confirmed to return to Pokémon Scarlet Violet, which means Clefable is coming back too. While Clefable has been an incredible Pokemon in the past few generations, it has received some massive nerfs in Generation 9. So will Clefable still be good in Generation 9 competitive singles? Clefable's stats are actually not that good at all. Its stats are below average and not even a single stat has above base 100. It's neither very bulky nor very strong or fast. However, its stats are just good enough to tank the necessary hits and dish out sufficient damage. Clefable is also blessed with one of the best defensive typings, this being pure Fairy. Fairy is only weak against Steel and Poison, which aren't that common typings offensively, and it offers great resistances against common typings like Fighting and Dark, while also being able to resist the common U-turn and being immune to the Dragon typing, which is a very strong offensive typing as well. Clefable also has two of the best abilities in the game, these being Magic Guard and Unaware. Magic Guard is an incredible ability that makes the Pokemon immune to almost all forms of passive damage, including hazards like Stealth Rock, status like Toxic, weathers like Sandstorm, and even Life Orb damage. This also includes passive damage from strong moves with a secondary effect, like Heatran's Magma Storm and Garganegel's Salt Cure, two moves which are very difficult to switch into. Clefable's other ability, Unaware, is a strong ability as well, allowing it to ignore the stat changes of the opponent, making it a great check to setup sweepers. This ability does tend to get outclassed by Magic Out however, and in Gen 9, many great Unaware users like Landozo and Clodsire have also seen great success in the singles metagame. Overall, Magic Guard is the superior ability here, as Magic Guard makes it very difficult to chip Clefable down. Most teams rely on passive damage to wear down walls so that their offensive Pokemon can find an opportunity to break through them, but not Clefable. All of the traits mentioned earlier make Clefable a great and reliable check to both common physical and special attackers, depending on if it's running a physically or specially defensive set. With these sets, it can act as a great blanket check to common threats in the metagame like Excalibur, Dragonbolt, Iron Valiant, Great Tusk, Dragonite, Zamazenta, Garganacl, and even more. Clefable is also a fairly unique Pokemon, as it is the only bulky Fairy type with reliable recovery in the metagame. Right now the metagame really lacks bulky Fairy types, aside from Hatterene, but Hatterene lacks reliable recovery. Clefable has however been nerfed quite a bit in Generation 9, as it lost one of its best utility moves, this being Knockoff. And it also lost Soft Boiled, which was a great move to keep it healthy throughout the match. Clefable does still have access to Moonlight, which is a good alternative, but also a step down from the 16 PP Soft Boiled from the previous generations. Lastly, Clefable lost Teleport, which was a great move to generate momentum for its team. This made it a great Wish Basher in Generation 8. Despite the nerfs, Clefable can still provide great utility for a team with the moves Stealth Rock and Thunder Wave, while being able to pressure targets with Moonblast. Clefable can also still act as a great bulky Calm Mind sweeper, using Thunderbolt or Flamethrower as coverage moves to hit fairy resists like King Gambit, Golden Go, Among Us, and Corviknight respectively. Not to mention that it can use Life Orb without recall damage to increase its damage for free. Clefable can also use Terrestrialization fairly well, even though it already has a great mono defensive typing. Terra Water and Terra Steel are great options to still provide Clefable with a great defensive typing, while getting rid of its Steel and Poison weakness if needed, especially when using Terra Steel. This can allow Clefable to reliably beat checks to it like King Gambit, Golden Go, Slowking Galar, and Sneasler. Overall, I think that Clefable will be an incredible Pokemon in Gen 9 competitive singles, despite the nerfs it had just received. Magic Guard in combination with enough bulk and Mono Fairy to back it up will never not be good in my eyes. Let me know what you think about Clefable returning to Gen 9 and check out the videos on the screen. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.